Hi students, we are going to start our American Revolution assessment now. Let's look at number 1. We have a timeline that says 1764 Sugar Act, 1765 Stamp Act, 1767 Townshend Act. What was the primary reason that Parliament passed these acts? So let's go back and remember, these acts are taxes. So why did Parliament need to collect money for taxes? Okay, so A, to promote the growth of cottage industries in the colonies, B, to encourage foreign trade with the colonies, or C, to recover the cost of defending the colonies. Number 2, we have a cause and effect box. The cause says Parliament passed the Stamp Act of 1765. So what happened right after the Stamp Act? Which of the following best completes the diagram? A, colonists sought military support from France. B, colonists organized boycotts of British goods. Or C, the colonists signed the Declaration of Independence. Number 3, which set of events is listed in chronological order? Remember, chronological means that it's in time order, so the first to the last. So A is saying that the French and Indian War happened first, and then the Stamp Act, and then the Townshend duties, and then the Boston Tea Party? Or is it B, the Townshend duties happened, and then the French and Indian War, and then the Boston Tea Party, and then the Stamp Act? Or was it C, the Boston Tea Party happened before the Townshend duties, and then the Stamp Act, and then the French and Indian War? Number 4 says policies of the British government. And we see Sugar Act, Writs of Assistance, Tea Act, Stamp Act, Townshend Acts, and the Intolerable Acts. What was the effect of the policies shown in this illustration? So what happened because of all these laws? B, they led the colonists to seek independence from Great Britain. C, they encouraged Europeans to migrate to the colonies. Or D, they permitted the colonists to trade freely with other countries. Number 5, British colonists objected to the Proclamation of 1763 because they, so that just means why did they not like it? B, they did not want to share control of the fur trade with France. C, they resented the limits it imposed on westward expansion. Or D, they wanted to be able to trade freely with foreign nations. Number 6, this quote says, "It is essential to the freedom and security of a free people that no taxes be imposed upon them, but by their own consent or their representatives." Sons of Liberty. The excerpt above reflects the dissatisfaction of American colonists with, so in other words, the quote above says the Sons of Liberty are unhappy because A, political debates that took place at the Albany Convention, B, interference of Great Britain in the slave trade, D, economic policies imposed by Great Britain following the French and Indian War. Number 7, why is the Battle of Saratoga considered a turning point in the Revolutionary War? A, the British victory extended the fighting for another year. B, the American defeat led many soldiers to desert the Continental Army. Or D, the American victory convinced France to ally with the United States. Number 8, what was one result of the Treaty of Paris, 1783? A, Great Britain recognized the United States as an independent country. B, competing Seminole and Spanish claims in West Florida were resolved. D, the British territory in eastern Canada was ceded to France. Number 9, which best explains the significance of the Battle of Yorktown? A, a large British force was cut off by American and French troops by land and by the French fleet by sea. B, the British were able to divide the colonies into two halves, nearly smothering the rebellion. And D, the Continental Army was able to capture the stolen treasure used to pay British and Hessian troops. Number 10, what was the main issue faced by General Washington at Valley Forge in the winter of 1777 to 1778? A, keeping the Continental Army together without funds and after a series of defeats. B, protecting the Continental Army from attacks by Britain's American Indian allies. Or D, preventing the Spanish from entering the war on the side of the British. Number 11, the box says statement of grievances committed by Britain, statement of the natural rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and the establishment of the United States of America. Which document is associated with this list? So in other words, which one of these documents has grievances, natural rights, and establishes the United States? A, the Albany Plan of Union, B, the Declaration of Independence, or C, the Articles of Confederation. Number 12, the Declaration of Independence stated that all people are endowed with certain unalienable rights. Which is the best definition of an unalienable right? A, an individual freedom that government should be unable to take away. B, a valuable privilege that is enjoyed by a particular social group. Or C, any power that gives happiness to those who possess it. Number 13, which founding father is correctly paired to his contribution as a model of civil virtue? So A, did Thomas Jefferson write the Declaration of Independence? Or B, did Benjamin Franklin command American troops at Saratoga? Or D, did John Adams accept the British surrender at Yorktown? Number 14, Parliament passed the Tea Act. After that, the colonists dumped tea into Boston Harbor. What happened to the colonists after they dumped the tea? A, Parliament repealed the Stamp and Sugar Acts. B, King George III allowed colonists to petition Parliament for tax relief. Or C, Parliament passed the Intolerable Acts. Okay, last one. What was the reason for the activity shown in this illustration? So pay close attention to what's happening up here. A, colonists were protesting against the Stamp Act. B, American Indians were attacking the port of Boston. Or C, colonists objected to the British duties on tea. If you're not sure, look back to this question.